Imagine waking up with your kids, stepping outside to a beach in Spain or a quiet cafe in Croatia, not rushing to beat traffic, not checking your work inbox before your first coffee. That was never my life, until I finally stopped waiting for permission to live differently. For years, I followed the script. School, degree, job, pension. I thought it was what success looked like. But deep down, I knew I was building someone else's dream, not mine. And I realized one thing. If I kept waiting for the right time, I'd miss my kids' childhood. And I'd still be stressed about college savings at 55. That's why I created a free Cruise Freedom Blueprint. You can grab it right now in the description. I'll remind you again in a minute, but it's your first step to escaping the 9-to-5 trap. If you're a parent stuck in the 9-to-5 grind, constantly calculating how to pay for school, worried about pensions, or simply burned out from the hamster wheel, you're not lazy. You're not ungrateful. You're just stuck in a system that wasn't built for freedom. You've been trained to think safe equals secure. But what if security meant freedom? Time freedom, location freedom, financial peace? So, let's talk about how to actually build a life around your values without waiting until retirement, because by then, it might be too late. Here's the first mindset shift. You don't need to be rich to start. You need to be brave enough to question everything. Ever wonder why people with good jobs still feel stuck? Because their freedom is always postponed. After the kids grow up, after the mortgage, after retirement. That's not freedom. That's financial survival on a timer. Your life doesn't begin at 65. And honestly, if you're always chasing comfort, you'll never find freedom. Comfort is the bait, but freedom takes guts. The system taught you to work 40 years to maybe enjoy 10. To put your dreams on hold and stress over how to pay for your kids' future. But what if you could show them something different? What if your kids grew up watching you design your day, travel, and be present? That's what the digital nomad family path unlocks. And no, it's not about becoming an influencer or quitting everything overnight. It's about giving yourself permission to live differently. Think about it. Every system in place benefits from you staying stuck. Debt, burnout, consumer culture. The truth is, when you finally choose freedom, you stop feeding a machine and start feeding your family's future. I started with 0 followers, no tech skills, and one big reason. I didn't want my kids to only see me exhausted at dinner. I didn't want them growing up thinking this is just what adulthood looks like. That's when I found In Cruises. It wasn't just a travel club. It was a vehicle that let us combine travel, community, and income. It gave us the structure to actually build a mobile lifestyle that felt stable. We started small, 1 weekend cruise, then a second, then we helped another family do the same. And that grew into something sustainable. You don't need to commit today, but start exploring. That's why I made the Cruise Freedom Blueprint. It's 100% free and shows you the exact steps we took to escape burnout and build this lifestyle. Link is in the description. So start with curiosity, stay with consistency. Let me paint a picture. You wake up when your body's ready. You open your laptop from Italy, Mexico, or Bali. You earn by helping others do the same. And you have energy at dinner, presence for your kids, time for your partner, space to breathe. No more calculating school tuition with panic. No more pushing vacations to next year. Because when you live this way, your family doesn't just survive. You all grow together. You're not just creating memories, you're rewriting your family legacy. Imagine your child telling their friends, "My parents work from anywhere. We learned together on the road." That's not a fantasy. That's a choice you can start building today. Be like to hear your child say, "We saw 5 countries this year, and I learned more on the road than I did in a classroom." That's not just inspiring, that's leadership. That's parenting by design. Maybe you're thinking, I don't know how to start. What if it doesn't work for me? Isn't this risky? Here's the truth. You don't need all the answers. Just the first step is staying stuck in a job you hate. There are people doing this with full-time jobs, toddlers, and student debt. The difference is they've got tired of waiting, tired of letting fear drive their calendar. And guess what? You already know more than you think. You've solved problems, led teams, raised kids, balanced budgets. You're more than qualified to lead your own life. Let me ask you this. Are you more afraid of failing or of staying stuck forever? What if this time next year, you could look back and say, that was the moment everything changed? You don't need more motivation. You need movement. You don't have to gamble your family's future on pensions, student loans, or hope. You just need to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start building your freedom plan. And that starts here. Download the Cruise Freedom Blueprint at travelbig.club. It's free, practical, and built for real families like yours. Because the only thing more expensive than chasing freedom is waiting too long to claim it. If you're still here, it means something in this message spoke to you. Maybe it reminded you what you really want. Maybe it woke up a part of you that's been quiet for too long. Don't let that fade. Don't let this be another video you forget tomorrow. Take the first small step. Your kids are watching. Your future's waiting. Download the Cruise Freedom Blueprint now, and let's build something real together.